let's get into insurance talk, Hurricane.
What I wanted to talk about today was what's the difference in me and a captive agent? And a captive agent is someone that works for one company. So a State Farm or Farmers or Allstate or whatever. All they do is represent one particular company. It's hands down, and it's a far better for you as a consumer to deal with me than someone that's a captive agent. And the simple reason is because I shop for you. You wouldn't go to a grocery store and have your grocery cart already filled out for you, and they just say, here it is, here's the price for you, and you move on with it. But that's what every captive agent does with their policy. I'm not saying it's a bad policy, but they're trying to make every individual confirm or
fit into their
particular policy and say, this is the right policy for you. Well, it can't be the right policy for everybody. And one of the things that I do is I save you time and money by shopping you with over 20 different companies and making sure that not only are we getting you the best policy, we're getting you the best price also. Because at the end of the day, we all want to save as much money as we can, but we also don't want to have something come up to where we're not covered under certain specific things. And there are certain endorsements that we can offer or that come in our base policies that the other companies don't even offer as an endorsement, much less can give it to you in a base policy. So that alone is worth it in just going out there to make sure that you are getting covered the way you think you should or the way you need to be actually. Right. So we work for you. So if it's company A, B, or C this year, fantastic. That's who we go with. If next year it's company C, D, and E, or F, or just go down the line, that's who we go with. We're shopping it every year for you.
Yeah, that's one of the great things is that, you guys can do that, and it's a seamless process.
Yes.
So if your rates all of a sudden go up on carrier X, well, then maybe the next year carrier Y is the way to go.
Everly.
It doesn't mean that you might not go back to carrier X in another year or 2 years from then, because you're shopping every year.
Yes, and every carrier is going to be a little bit different in what they're looking for every year. And so what you were saying is that they're going to be changes, and we're going to shop you every single year. And you don't even necessarily have to have your auto insurance with the same carrier to offer you the auto home discount. You may have your autos with company X and your home with company Y, and we're still able to give you that discount. And we have a fiduciary right or responsibility for the carriers that we represent or that I represent. But what I'm going to do at the end of the day is what's best for you as a consumer, making sure that you have the best coverage at the best price, whether both policies, your auto home, if you're looking at umbrella or whatever else you're looking for is within the same company. Fantastic. We put you all with the same company. If we need to split it up and put it into different companies, we do that as also. And then when we come up at the end of every year, we're looking at reshopping you. And where I really exceed is the fact that if you're with a captive agent, there are only two things that they can do in order to lower your premium at renewal time.
Right.
They're either going to raise your deductible, which means if something happens, you're going to end up having to pay more, or they're going to have to cut coverage. Neither one of those are an attractive option for you as a consumer. And the worst thing that we can ever do is say that, in order to save $100 or $200 here or there, we ended up cutting this coverage. Because I have people ask me all the time, what's the most important coverage? It's whatever coverage you need when something comes up.
Right.
I can't tell you what you're going to need when you're going to need it. All I can tell you is if these are your options, these are the endorsements I can offer you, and this is the price for this. I'm going to do my absolute best to make sure that you have all the endorsements that you need, that you have the best possible policy at the best possible rate. But at the end of the day, it's your policy. Any changes that you want to make, you can make. And
real quick, let's repeat that because it's a good point that you make, that when you're talking about, whether it's State Farm, Allstate, Farmers, any of the captive agencies like you talk, I call them the big box agencies, the only thing they can do when you're looking to basically, when your rates go up, you start to think about it. And you go back to them to see what you can do. You're exactly right. There's only those two things that they can do. Raise your deductible or reduce your coverage.
Yes.
Neither are great options, which because they don't have the options that you have.
Absolutely.
That you can go and shop all of these companies.
And there's there's slow leak, which isn't covered by every carrier. And we kind of touched on this a couple weeks ago that with certain carriers, I'm not going to name names, but as soon as you take this coverage off of your policy, you either add it when you first get the policy or you can never add it again. Or if you ever take slow leak off of your policy with certain carriers, you can never add it again, because it's that important, because they know that at the end of the day, when you need this particular coverage, it is going to be quite a lot of money out of pocket. And it's not a risk that they really want to have, but it's something that they show people, hey, you can have this coverage. Yeah, you can, but you're going to have to pay for it. And there's a reason that they give you such a big discount on taking that coverage off, but their rates are going to go up next year anyway. After you've taken that off, you got that initial release on the premium, or reduction on your premium, and so you're feeling good about your policy for 1 year, and then the very next year it's going to go right back up and say, hey, here we are, we're going to increase your rate again.
Well, and they do it slowly too.
Yes, and that's the reason I tell people. I mean, at the end of the first year, if your home insurance goes up 3 to 5%. I'll look at it, but I'm really thinking that every year you're going to go up 3 to 5%.
Right.
First year, not that big of a deal. Second year, you're going up 6 to 10%. Yes, then it's a big deal, and then that's when we really start shopping you every year. But I'll look, if the first year you go up by 10%, we're shopping that first year, absolutely. Making sure that you're paying the best you're paying as little as you can for the best policy.
Right.
But it's like I said, it's walking that fine line, because you don't want to switch too often where you're not getting the best discount you can for having longevity with the certain carriers, because that does play a part of it also. And it especially plays a part on it on the auto side, not as much as on the home side, but on the auto side, because on the home side, what they really want to look at is just making sure that you've had coverage and that you haven't had any lapses. But on the auto side, that's where they're looking at it. How long have you been with this company? What kind of coverages have you had? And then that's where, those can make a significant difference on the price that you get for your auto insurance.
Right. Yeah, no doubt about it.
And so when we're looking at all this, making sure that I'm doing what's best for you. So I'm not necessarily going in and saying, hey, this is what I'm going to be able to do. This is the price. I don't do that. I always talk about the policy first, and then we look at what the price is going to be. I'm going to be able to give you more discounts because I'm just dealing with more carriers and making sure, and I know how each individual carrier works and what they find important. And so going in there, and we're not gaming the system or anything like that. We're doing everything that we're supposed to do and being transparent as we can be, but knowing what is important for you as a consumer to get the best possible policy at the best possible rate is what we do. And it's what we do every single day. It's what our focus is. We don't go in there and make sure that, or try to make sure that we're doing, I don't consider myself an agent for company X, Y, or Z. I consider myself an agent for my customers.
Right.
And so when we have that mindset and we're doing the best that we can for our people, then everything else just kind of takes care of itself.
And it's important for people to understand that this model, because, if you go to, all State Farmers, whatever, obviously they want to sell you their insurance product, but, Richard truly is independent in that he's going to find the right company to represent your insurance needs. And it may be company X to take care of your home, and it may be company Y taking care of your auto, and maybe if you got some toys, it's better to put those toys with somebody else. It could be
Absolutely.
A third company. So if you got a boat, RV, motorcycles, whatever the case may be, you could have 3 different companies. You still get a bundle discount, but you're using 3 different companies, and it's the 3 best companies for those 3 different scenarios.
And so when I'm telling you that I'm shopping you with over 20 different companies for your home, auto, life, everything, I really am shopping you with multiple carriers no matter what you have. It's not just, oh, okay, we have a home, we've got all these choices, but on the auto we only have 2 choices. No, it's not that. We're offering you multiple choices for everything that you do. No matter what you have that needs to be covered, we've got you covered. And the fact that we're going to have multiple options for you to choose from, not just from the carriers, but also the kind of coverages that you're looking for within those carriers as well. So it really doesn't, it doesn't matter what kind of house, whether it's primary, secondary, rental, or renter's insurance, we can take care of everything. No matter what you have, we can take care of you.
Absolutely. Hey, folks, his website, richardtagency.com, richardtagency.com. Give Richard a call. He will take care of all of your insurance needs. You're going to get a better policy or policies and a better price most likely as well. So give Richard a shout. Hey, by the way, folks, don't forget our good friends over at Lone Star Transfer. If you've got a timeshare that you need to get out of, sometimes folks get caught up in the excitement of a vacation and they, or got a free deal for some reason, and then they this vacation ownership, in quotes, is not a bad deal, and they sign up for one and you didn't want to. Well, hey, the folks that can get you out, and by the way, these contracts for timeshares are ironclad, and they are not real estate, by the way. You want to get out of your timeshare, check out the folks over at LoneStarTransfer.com. Our friends Karen and Brian Holloway, the owners, will take care of you directly. And by the way, it's a process to get out of it. So, there's companies out there that say they can get you out of your timeshare in, a month, in 6 weeks, etc. That is actually not possible. Bottom line, it is not possible. Your best case scenario is really kind of 4 to 6 months to get out of a timeshare. That's being honest with you, and our friends over at Lone Star Transfer are really honest with you. And in some cases, it can be up to a year. It is what it is. But if you want it done right and you actually want to get out of your timeshare, our friends over at Lone Star Transfer can do that for you. And folks, by the way, we are here every week, 8 to 9 a.m. Sunday mornings. Don't forget the website, InsideRealEstateRadio.com. You can connect with us. You're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate. We will take care of you. And, of course, all of our partners here at the show will take care of you as well. Folks, have a great week, and we are out of here.
The Savage Nation.
Capitalism in China is freer than it is in America, Bernie. All you Bernies in New York who grew up with red diaper doper baby seltzer people who talk about the workers of the world unite.
2 till 5 every afternoon on News and Information 570 KLIF.
With over 3.5 million square feet and 5 DFW locations, Ideal Floors has you covered for all your flooring needs. Whether you're looking for carpet, tile, laminate, wood, or vinyl plank, Ideal Floors has you covered. And with their price match guarantee and their 100% satisfaction guarantee, they are the absolute best in DFW for all your flooring needs. Call Kevin Hamus, the owner of Ideal Floors, at 214-789-0422 or go to idealfloors.com for all your flooring needs. When it comes to your mortgage and refinance needs, trust Terri Waggoner, our resident mortgage expert on Inside Real Estate Radio. With a wide range of financing options and competitive interest rates, you can trust Terri for a fast and reliable loan process with superior service. Go to terriwaggoner.com or 469-644-4818 today.